out in another video. This is a follow-on from my last one, so it's covering 20mm Afghan Taliban forces. From a fairly wide range of manufacturers. There's some Britannia in there, there's some Liberation. There's a company whose name escapes us at the moment, but I will find out and obviously put a link in the description of the video. When I set about doing these organisation wise, because organisation in this type of unit is very fluid, I didn't do a basic organisation. What I decided to do is just to do them in units of types of fighters. So I basically did leaders, which were obviously identifiable with the figure doing a hand signal or something like that. I did standard fighters with a variety of assault rifles, so AKs primarily. I did some support guys who had things like RPKs, PKMs, RPG guys. So that's how I've based it. That is some, when we go down to the turntable, you'll see I've done some other bits and bobs just out of interest really. All of the figures on here, my AK on figures, I've probably got about, I don't know, maybe 25 to 30. I didn't want to put them in a whole batch, a whole slab, because you don't really see them, so I've just put some examples of each types on. So we'll go down the turntable now and have a gander at them. Right, so these are the leader Talibs that I've done, a mixture of figures, some Liberation in there, Britannia, and other few bits and bobs whose manufacturer escapes us, just in obvious positions so they're easily identifiable as leaders. Right, and some generic AK armed figures. Middle guys, Britannia. The other four are Liberation. I've got, as I said, got 25 to 30 of these guys. I just wanted to do an example, really, of how I've done them. One thing I did want to mention before we go on to the support figures, the majority of the figures are wearing the shalwar kameez, which is the two-piece trousers and long skirted top. When I first started these, I wasn't aware that 99% of these obviously they buy them as in one colour, so they would always be the same colour. My earlier figures, you can see I've varied them to try and get a little bit difference in. But I've repainted some of them, not all yet, but that's what the situation is. These guys, obviously, 2 RPKs and a PKM. Right, these are RPG guys. These 3 are all Liberation. I particularly like the guy in the centre, just the positioning, with a sack full of reloads on his back. Painted based using my standard method. Again, I've got quite a collection of these. Right, moving on to again some more support elements. Ushka in the anti-aircraft role. This guy's got an etched brass sight that I found somewhere that I added, and a motorbike RPG team. Both of these are Britannia. Right, this is a Taliban sniper team. This guy's positioned himself in an irrigation ditch. Cut the figures off. It's on an MDF base with the ditch obviously built up around them. Again, once again, painted using my normal techniques. Right, and you've got a Ushka heavy machine gun team in the ground roll. The figure with the binos, I think, is Britannia. The other two guys are Liberation. If you look at the heavy machine gun guy, the Ushka guy, I did some spent shell cases that I've added to the base. You can just maybe pick them up. Once again, normal technique for painting. Nice figures, really like Liberation. Right, this is a Chinese rocket team. The Britannia figures, I think they were from the NVA range, which I just converted, did some head swaps, and gone from there. The rest are unaltered. Obviously, the figures are on my normal base, and the rockets are on 2p pieces. Right, these are some bases representing IEDs, basically artillery shells with devices attached to them. These are, if I remember correctly, Liberation. They come as a little one-piece casting, and they've just been attached to 2p pieces. Right, and this is the Taliban Navy for the Helmand. Britannia resin castings, these are obviously from the Vietnam range, and I've altered the crew figures, basically just done a head swap and repainted them. Altered the Sandman slightly with just some additional pieces on. I think the key here is just metal foil. I think it's lead foil that I've altered. The second one's obviously the same casting, but I've built sort of a wooden structure out of balsa around it. Again, added I think this is a Britannia figure that I just added to the back of the boat. The water feature is as it comes in the resin casting. Right, this is another Britannia vehicle, Afghan Jingle Truck. I didn't actually paint this. This is from a competition that we did quite a few years ago on the Guild. So it's a guy in Ireland. Again, I cannot remember who it is. If he's a subscriber, I've no doubt he'll shout out. Really, really well painted. Another little addition just to shove on the table, Abdul Stepto. It's the Britannia Afghan cart. Again, one of the really nice customs that they do in the range. Yeah, this is an Afghan goat herder. Another Britannia figure. You can see on this one, I did this a while ago, and I've got the pants and top of the shalwar kameez in different colours, which obviously, strictly speaking, isn't completely accurate. I will get round to redoing it, but I was quite pleased how the goats turned out. And here we've got a selection of Afghan civilians. Again, a mixture of Britannia Liberation. The guy with the walking stick, I can't quite remember where he's from. If someone recognises him rather, obviously give a shout out in the comments. Right, this base is a competition entry I did quite a while ago on the Guild when that was functioning. It was, I think it was in the flak competition, so it's obviously Taliban with a man pad, obviously engaging an Apache or something similar. I think the title was Under the Mulberry Tree, I called it. It's basically a base with a field. The team below a mulberry tree. I've got sunflowers on the edge. Obviously did the missile going away, and sort of the backblast, and attempted the backblast, knocking some of the sunflowers over. I quite enjoyed doing this. I do this quite a lot, just little pieces to add to the table. Right, and this piece I've entitled Farmer or Insurgent. Obviously, as you look at him now, Farmer on his mobile phone, but as the base turns, there's evidence on the other side of the wall that all may not be as it seems. I use these are only 40mm bases that I use for a couple of the systems as sort of spawn points effectively during the game. Some more of the 40mm bases, a couple of arms caches, which I think are Liberation castings, and Big Jugman. Again, these are used as spawn points in the various systems. Right, and these are some patrol markers that we use in one of the systems that we use for the game. Right, so they are my Talibs. Same sketch as normal. If you've got any questions about how I've painted them or how I've based them or how I've done whatever, just drop a comment in. I'll do my best to answer your questions. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and like it. If you're not already a subscriber, please think about subscribing. You can do that a couple of ways, either from the main channel page, or alternatively at the end of the video in the bottom right hand corner, there's my normal 28mm modern British infantry button. You can click on that. Next up, I had a comment I think on my previous video from Gav, who you'll know as comments regularly on my videos. He's queried whether I had any Rhodesian bush war stuff. I have. So what I thought I'd do is flip over onto that next. So next up there'll be whether I decide to do the Rhodesians first or the African guerrillas. Haven't quite decided, but that'll be obviously up. That'll be the next video up. Okay, so thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.